Hi everyone, this is Ankit. Um, just give me 1 minute. Let me get started. Let me get things fixed. Okay, all right. How are you all doing tonight? Okay, I hope everyone is great. So this is Ankit, founder and director of NPTE StudyBuddy. And the prime reason behind doing this live event is to celebrate success of our NPTE students who passed the exam recently. Pass your exam in your first attempt. I have to say that. So we are going to celebrate success of those students. I'm going to invite them live. Let me just fix a few things here. Give me 1 minute. Yes. Anyways, how's your Friday going? Hi, Saishta. Okay, let's see. I think we have few students. I'll try to get them in. All right, let's get Krupa. I don't want to waste a lot of your time. Our main goal is, so let's hear from these students. How did they prepare? What was their strategy? How did they make things happen? How did they take practice exams, made notes, watched lectures, and how did they get successful? That is our primary reason to have them here today. Again, our goal is to cheer them up. It's a big achievement, but at the same time, let's learn something from them. What should our future students should do to be successful in an upcoming exam for NPT? Let me get Chandni. Okay, let's see. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask. Hey, Krupa. Hey, Chandni.
Hello,
Hi,
sir.
sir.
How are you?
We are good.
Good, sir. Thank
Good,
you.
sir.
Okay. I want
Thank
to
you, sir.
congratulate to both of you. I mean, it's a big
Thank you,
achievement.
sir.
Thank you so much,
All
sir.
credits goes to you, sir.
Yes, study buddy.
Thank you. So we'll start with Krupa. Krupa, can you share a little bit about your background?
Yes.
What college are you from, and when did you start your preparation for this
Yes, sir.
exam?
So I'm from Baroda, from BITS Institute. Now it's known as
Paradox.
KPGU. Yes, now it is known as KPGU.
Okay.
So I started my study from February
Okay.
while
Okay.
taking your study buddy classes,
Okay. Okay.
and it was my best decision to join study buddy at that time.
So you started in February. Okay.
Yes.
And was it like full-time studying, or were you
No,
also?
earlier I was just doing job and I was studying for 6
So
months, and then last 2 months I just focused on my studies. I
last 2
quit the
months.
job. Yes, last 2 months.
Okay. So you did your full-time studies from last 2 months. But
Last 2
before
months.
that, I believe that you must be done with all the lectures and
Yes,
content,
3
right?
to 4 times. Yes, sir. I did
So
revision of 3 to 4 times each lecture.
that's very impressive. How about you, Chandni? If you can share a little bit about your background.
Sir, I have completed my bachelor's and master's from India. And here right now, I don't have any visa issues. I'm here like I came here on immigration files. So like,
Okay.
and I was working for 8 to 10 hours a day and full-time work. That's it, no job, nothing else. And almost I'm working since Feb 2022.
So you have been studying for this exam from February.
Yes.
And it's October, so like close to 8 months.
Yes, sir. I attended 2 batches of your classes.
That's awesome. That's great. That's great. So, Krupa, I'll go back to you. Krupa, can
Yes,
you
sir.
share a few strategies? Let's say if we go with notes.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to share about notes with students? Like, how did you make your notes?
So I made my notes during the lectures, runny notes.
Okay.
And I used to make like very concise notes so that it will be easy for me to revise in the last time.
Okay.
So I just revised from the notes and lectures and PPTs. Nothing at all. I did not open any book.
No books. Okay.
No books.
That's great. And like when you were taking practice exams, were you making notes of those questions?
No, I just made like list of the topics that were new for me and just Google them up, like the new topics that is not available in the books. I search for them and it is one not available for me. I just search on Google and just go through the few points of those topics.
And did you note it down, or you were just Just
No, I
page
just
one
took the
and
screenshot of important things and all. Mostly
okay,
all topics were covered by you guys. So
okay,
it was
okay.
easy for me to study.
That's great. That's great.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Chandni? Anything about notes?
Sir, I noted down all your classes by I made the handwritten notes,
Okay.
honestly speaking, because that was less time consuming for me. So it was easy for me to read and revise at the end.
Yeah.
And like the notes are, I mean, your classes are more than enough.
Yeah.
So no need to go in detail books. So
Not needed.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now I feel because what we have done in classes, we have added content from all these books. Like, let's say
Yes, sir.
musculoskeletal, we teach from McGee, Dutton, Kistner. If there is any other book available,
Yes, sir.
we try to
Everything
pull
we
those
can get in
concepts.
just one PPT. That's good
Yeah.
for us.
Okay,
So
okay,
I just print out the all PPTs and made the notes from it.
okay. And so you guys took exams, practice exams, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Therapy Ed, Score Builder, and
Yes, sir.
PEAT, right? Like
Yes.
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 general exam. So like after PEAT exam, how confident, Krupa, how confident were you after your PEAT exam?
Sir.
I remember your score. You did pass that exam,
Yes,
so you
sir.
so you were quite confident, right, about your
Yes.
passing the NPTE
Yes.
one. How
Yes,
about you,
sir.
Shani? Like
Almost around 95% confident that I will pass this exam.
based on your PEAT score or
Yes,
just
based on
based on your
pitch
PEAT?
score and my preparation as well.
Okay,
Because
okay, okay.
Zeal was pushing me so hard to work, and
That's
and your
good.
classes were enough. And I mean, you clear my concepts and you teach me how to think out of the box and connect the dots.
Yeah, that's what we hear all the time. That
Yeah,
thinking out of the box is more important because you cannot prepare for every question.
Yes, sir.
But if you can think outside the box, any question if they decide to ask, you'll be able to eliminate options. You can still.
right.
So that is a great strategy. And now one thing, Krupa, what do you want to share with students who are going for January exam? What should they do?
So,
The
yes.
most important thing they should do
Okay,
to be
sir.
successful.
So I will suggest them to do like 50 questions every day in 50 minutes.
Okay.
Just one question in 1 minute. It will help them a lot because it
And
helped
then,
me also.
like, what were
I
you doing after the questions? Like, once you're done with the questions, and
I
how did
was
you review?
revising the rationals just in
Okay.
30 minutes. All 50 questions rationals I was revising.
Okay.
And it helped me a lot. During my exam also, I was able to complete the whole exam 10 minutes earlier than the
Okay.
usual time that
Okay.
they are
Okay.
giving.
Okay. 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 How about and any revision strategy, Krupa? Any revision strategy you had? Like, because there's too much to revise. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
possible to revise because
Each and
we can't study everything in
yes,
the end,
sir. Yes.
and that's when the
So,
pressure kicks in, the
yeah,
anxiety kicks
so
in.
if they will make like concise note, it will be easy for them to revise at the last moment.
Okay. Okay. And concise notes from the lectures.
Lectures, yes, lectures and PPTs.
Lectures and PPTs. Okay, okay,
Yes.
concise notes. Okay, okay, that's great. How about you, Chandni? What do you want to share?
Sir, I also did same thing, but my more focus was on the TED rationals plus PET and retired exams rationals, because I did made concise notes of the all the TED rationals plus PET rationals. So it was easy for me to revise frequently the rationals, and I personally felt that all your classes plus TED and PET is enough
Mhm.
to pass this exam.
That's true. That's what I feel. That's what I heard from students. That Pete and Ted rationals and then score builder rationals. Now, were you revising that every day, like every morning or every day? How was your revision schedule for that?
No, sir. I was revising the rationale every week. That's it. In the last month.
Okay, 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 okay.
Not no need to revise it daily. Because all the question doesn't come same. So we need to think out of the box from the classes. So that's it. Like go to twice or thrice.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Now, how about the classes in terms of quizzes and all? Did you guys take the quizzes from classes?
Yes,
Like we
sir.
had on the
Yes,
website?
sir. Yes. That was very helpful to us.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of class, what was the most helpful things for you guys, to both of you? What helped you the most from the classes?
Sir,
Your
from my
teaching style.
go
Or
ahead.
teaching
Yes.
videos, lectures, live lectures?
Videos and yes, live lectures.
Okay, okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's great, yeah. So again, you guys will be looking for jobs now, right? And
Yes.
are you
Yes.
both licensed in New York?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am from Illinois, but
So
I have
what
to
plans?
transfer for New York.
Transfer to New York. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Okay. Here, it might take some time, Chandni, but you might have to fulfill a lot of credits. But now the biggest thing is like biggest hurdle is out. Now you can focus on your
Yes.
other things. So that's a
Yes.
great thing. Any one last thing that you guys want to share with students in terms of exams? Which exam did you find most helpful? Practice exam.
Retire Pete.
Retire.
Retire Pete.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
Pete.
That was pretty accurate to your performance
Yes.
in NPT.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Plus
It's more
also, yeah,
relatable to
the
real NPTE.
right.
Hmm.
Plus also the questions which are posted on the your app is really good.
App. Okay, so the
Yes.
StudyBuddy NPT StudyBuddy app every morning.
Yes.
So were you guys
Yes.
practicing those questions every day?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's good. That's great to hear. And how about the topics that we post there every day? Did you guys get a chance to go through those topics, like topic of the day?
Yes, I mean, the Insta page topics are also good. So I was used to go to that when I feel fatigue or like I don't know want to read now.
Okay, 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 okay. That's good to hear. And that can be a good strategy because like when you're tired of studying muscular neurocardio,
Plus, on the website you have the posted the material which is like day wise plan, which is
hmm,
also good
the
to
device plan.
make the concise notes. Yes.
Okay, okay. Now, did you guys use the notes that is posted on the website, the NPT
Yes,
notes?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Which topics? Which topics did
For
you find good?
MSK and for cardio. It's
MSK
very
and
good.
cardio.
Yeah,
That was
whole
helpful.
I
concise
use for
topics in that one.
MSK.
MSK. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good to hear. Again, I'll let you guys go and enjoy your
Okay,
Friday
sir.
night. You must be
Thank you,
having
Yes.
sir.
some plans.
Thank you,
Go and
sir.
celebrate. It's a big success, passing your exam in first attempt and with flying colors. Let us know your scores. It's very
Okay,
important.
sir. Sure.
Would like to see how much you scored, and then we
Yes,
can
sir.
see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
All right,
Thank
Krupa.
you.
Congratulations once again, and you
Thank
do
you, sir.
start. Okay. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
All right, guys. Let me have somebody else. Let's get Roy if he can join, and then I'll have Ekta. Let's go one by. Hey, Roy.
Hey,
Congratulations, Roy.
thank you very much. Thank you
How are
very
you
much.
feeling?
I'm feeling very happy, very relieved that I'm finally done with all of it. Yeah.
That's great. That's great to hear. Hey, Ekta. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me get the charger. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Let me plug in the charger, guys. Just give me 1 minute. It's running a
Yeah,
little
go ahead.
slow. Okay, so we'll start with Roy. Roy, if you can share a little bit about your background, like where you're from and how did you like where are you from? Where did you do your bachelor's degree from? What
Yeah.
country?
So I am born and raised in the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
And I did my bachelor's degree in the Netherlands. I worked there roughly for 3 to 4 years as a physical therapist, as a licensed physical therapist.
Okay.
After that, I moved to the Caribbean. I worked as a physical therapist in the Caribbean. And then I met a girl who was American, so I moved to America.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, then everything started. I thought everything was just going to transfer over easily, but yes, like very fast I found out that you needed a doctorate here, so I had to go back into the books and start studying and become equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a long journey, but I'm finally there. So
So you worked in Netherlands and you worked in Caribbean islands, right?
yeah, I worked in an island called Curacao. It's like right
Curacao.
Curacao. It's right next to Aruba.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how did you decide to go there to the Caribbean islands from Netherlands? Like What was the connection?
Yeah, so Curacao is a Dutch island, so it's a part of the Netherlands. So I just wanted to have an experience, go somewhere nice, somewhere warm. So that's why I decided to go there. Yeah.
That's great. Now, what part of US are you in right now?
I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah.
Okay. Is it same as Netherlands? The weather is same as Netherlands, or is it more
We
chillier?
have the same seasons, but it's more extreme here. So the winters are very cold here, unfortunately, but the summers are very nice. Yeah.
True, true, true. That's great. That's great to hear your journey, Roy. So I'll go
Yeah.
back to Ekta. Ekta, again, congratulations. It's a big victory. Ekta, like, I know you're from, where are you from, Ekta? Like, where did you do your bachelor's degree?
Sir, I have done a bachelor's degree from MS University, Baroda.
Okay, okay. That's great. And you are in Canada right now, right, Ekta? Okay. And you'll be coming to USA probably
Yes.
soon. That's great. That's great. Oh, that's good to hear. So, Roy, uh, what strategy do you want to share with students in terms of your preparation? What is something that you find most helpful for you in this journey?
So what was the most helpful for me? I will explain a little bit how I did it. So I passed the exam during my second attempt.
Okay.
So the first time I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna read the book once from the front to the back, and I think I should be good. Well, I found out that was not how you should do it. So I failed, not that bad, but I failed. So I was like, next time I do it, I need to do something else. So I joined StudyBuddy, and I worked full time. So unfortunately, I could not every night follow the live lectures. But I would just every night I would still like make sure I watched one full lecture and complete everything once and make notes and go over everything like that I struggle a little bit with and make sure that I work on my weak topics. Yeah.
So mainly watching the lectures. Now, how helpful, like, what was more in the lectures compared to your education there in Netherlands? How was it more helpful? Like, was it there more content, more concept? Like, was it a different way of thinking? What was there in the lectures?
You guys like really like know what's going on the exam, so you guys really like focus on the main points that you need to know for the exam, because there's so much to study and you can go as far and as wide as you want to study. But I think you guys do a really good job in like focusing on the specific topics that you need to know for the exam.
True. Okay. That's great to hear. Like focusing, so lectures were helpful for you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's
Definitely.
good. How about you, Ekta? Like, how about what was your preparation strategy? What were you doing to make it work for you?
When I started, I actually went over all the lectures. I made precise notes of all of those ones. And
Okay.
then after preparation of all the content, I went and gave them. So there I found that, okay, what I'm actually missing. So I wrote it down in different notes that I was missing in MSK, what I was missing in neuro, where I have to focus. So those were the focus topics where I focus and read. So yeah.
Okay. So basically, you're noting down your weaknesses, whatever you're not clear with, and then going back to it. Okay. Okay. Now, how about questions, Ekta? Like, did you practice a lot of questions?
Actually, yes, I did because I had therapy ed and I had 2 peats bought, like basically 4 peats,
Yeah.
and I had therapy ed.
Okay. So you practice those questions again and again?
Yes. Also,
And,
the last month I did was 50 questions every day.
all right. I've been hearing that from students. Like we do tell students, but not everyone follows everything. So 50 students every day, 50 questions every day, practicing those questions regularly, and then analyzing your weaknesses, and then going back to those topics. That was your plan? Okay. Okay. How about you, Roy? Like, what did you do, like, in terms of questions?
So in terms of questions, what I did is I took the 3 exams that are in the therapy ed book,
Okay. Okay.
and I took one from Score Builders,
Yeah.
and then I did one exam from the StudyBuddy website,
Okay.
like
Okay.
one full practice exam. I did not do a PET exam. I just ran out of time. I felt like I didn't have time to go over it, so
Okay.
I skipped it. But yeah, that's what I did.
So and how were you, like, let's say you took therapy ed exams and there was any new concept. how were you making sure that it stays in your head? Like, were you revising it regularly, or did you make
Yeah,
notes of it?
so I would complete the complete exam, and then the questions that I had wrong, but also the questions that I had to guess a little bit. I made sure like I revised everything, and if there was a concept that I wasn't like 100% sure about, I would just make a note and then later on study it on my own.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Basically, you're going back and reviewing that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. So now if we go back to, and now did you make notes, Roy?
Yeah, so during the live lectures, I would just have like my laptop open on another screen, and I would just type my notes out for every specific subject, like MSK, neuro, everything apart, and then revise that every week, basically.
Okay, that's great to hear. Now, I think one of the uh, uh, candidate is asking that did you use strategies? Did you use any strategies like elimination, anticipation, keywords during your exam or during your preparation?
So yeah, before I didn't really use strategies until like you guys actually taught us the strategies, like not just like looking for the right answer, but also like finding out why something else is wrong and like knowing why it's wrong, and that makes it so much easier to eliminate answers. Yeah. So
Yeah, I do think that, like, because I personally feel that you can't read everything because whatever you read, they'll ask something else. So in that
exactly.
case, the best option is to eliminate the wrong ones. And maybe in each option there might be something wrong, and that might be easier to eliminate rather than looking for the right answer. So I'm glad that strategies work. How about you, Ekta? Like, what strategies did you use in your, like, when you're taking practice exams and even in NPT?
Yes, sir. So basically, I use the elimination technique, and they have an option of striking off the. So basically, you strike them off, and then you have the two options left where you anticipate and find out that okay, why my this answer is right and why this is wrong. So
Okay.
have the actual rationale with you, and then you go for the answer that would make like 95% chance that this is the right answer, I would say.
So strategies you think was more helpful,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So before I let you guys go, so Roy, one thing that was the most helpful, like whether was it strategies or was it your way of making notes or was it like revising? What was most helpful that a student can learn from you?
Most helpful, I would say. I think there's the lectures were like so clear and in a nice order where it just like became like one and one, and like it just followed up on each other, and then like everything was just, in my opinion, sometimes explained like so much, like maybe even too much that we need to know, but that made it so much easier to actually complete the exam. Because, for example, we went over so many questions and so many things about EKG readings. And, on the exam, like they throw in one EKG question and it was like super easy. And I was like, well, we studied so much about it. I know everything, how to read it. And this is what they ask. I'm like, okay, perfect. But, I felt like overqualified at that moment. So that's what I think was just the most helpful, like being so well prepared.
Yeah, it's good to be overqualified
Yeah.
than underqualified. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. But that's what I liked about it, like learning more than maybe you need to know for the exam, but that's good for yourself.
Yeah, that's to be like confident. That's good. I mean, you went for the exam without taking Pete. That itself is impressive about you, and you passed. So I'll be excited to see your score.
Yeah, me
Roy.
too, actually.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Ekta? Like one strategy, notes or classes or videos or like strategy classes, what was most effective in your preparation?
So in the last, the game changer was when I did a video call, like a Zoom call with you, that
Okay.
made me think that okay, these are the lacking points, and I need to go over those ones.
Okay.
Also, apart from that, I found that in the morning we have a fresh mind, so
Mm-hmm.
all we have to go is because other system and non-system was where I was weak. So in
Okay.
the morning I used to go over that, Later on, in the second part of the day, I divided my day into like 5 sections. And then in the morning, I went over non-system or the system. Then I went over MSK, and then cardio, and then because I love neuro, so I used to read at late night, and
Every day.
it wouldn't, yeah. And I kept awake. Like it made me like felt energetic, and I wanted to do more every single day, and give my best for the last 15 days. And Shri was also the one who, like, literally she gave me every single day. She used to check on me, and that also really helped. The one thing which she told me was, don't carry it away with one question, because there would be some questions which you were not, like, you wouldn't know at all. So don't carry that feeling to the next question. So
yes. That is very important, because even I remember when I was taking my exam, I felt that I'm so good in muscular, so I am not gonna leave any muscular question. I'll try to score highest in that section. But then they will throw some question, and I'll have like, how is it possible? Like A, B, C, D, everything is correct. I'll go back to read the question and then come back. And I felt that this is my strongest topic. I don't want to leave this question. But I personally felt like those were there to totally waste your time. They were not right. So those were there. Now, both of you completed your exams on time, right? Was there any problem with the time?
no.
Yeah, I ran out of time.
You ran out of time? Right.
So exactly the case that we were just discussing, like I had a couple questions and I got so frustrated with it that I couldn't figure it out. And like, I got so confused. And so my first 2 blocks took way too long. I think I took 2 hours and 20 minutes for the first 2 blocks. So the last 10 questions, I had 5 minutes left. So I had to like really like scan the question and answer right away because I was running out of time.
Okay.
But,
Okay. Yeah, it does happen. Even like when I was taking my exam, because I did not want to leave any question and move forward. And sometimes I personally felt that after the exam, it was not the right strategy, because then I'm wasting time on something that is like there to literally it was a trap. I personally felt in every section, there was one, I was doing so good in every section, but then this one question will pop up and totally like, I have no idea what are they asking, why the options, all of them look correct. So it was literally there to waste my time. But again, we learn from that. So as you said, in the end, we have to catch up. So I think your background was good, your basics were good. So you were still able to manage things on time.
yeah.
That's really great to hear. So again, congratulations to both of you. Enjoy the success, and let us know if you guys need any help.
Thank you so much, sir.
That would be great. Yeah, but enjoy. Okay, enjoy your Friday. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, yes. Bye bye. I'll have
Bye-bye.
somebody else now. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's have Rajneet, and let's have Kathy in. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, like audience, if you go, hey Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hello, sir.
Hey Rajneet. So let me see if any of the students have any questions. That's the key to success. Yes, that's right. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'll start with Kathy. Kathy, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, thank you. How are you?
That's great. So Kathy, can you share a little bit about your background? Where are you from, or what college are you from?
Okay, I studied for my bachelor's in Jamaica, and very similarly to Roy, I had to move to the US, and I was told I could not practice here without a doctorate. So I had to do my doctorate. But it wasn't until I found the StudyBuddy where I got my foundation.
Okay.
Yes.
So from where did you do your doctorate?
Georgia.
Georgia. Which university? Was it
University of North Georgia.
North Georgia. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great. That's great to hear. Hey Rajneet. So I know you're from India.
Yes,
and
sir.
you did your bachelor's in India. You're only having a bachelor's degree, right, Rajneet?
Yes, sir.
When did you graduate, Rajneet, from your BPT?
Yes, sir. I just graduated in 2007 from Baba Frid University.
Okay. 2007.
Yes.
Okay. And then I know you have one kid, right? One daughter or two daughters?
One daughter, 4-year-old. She made my journey very hard, but um, I know how I managed my time. I was preparing very well. I was very happy, mentally satisfied, and she has to start her school.
Mhm.
So she was just going for the 3 hours. So I used to wake up at 6:30 every day. I have to get myself ready, my daughter ready, drop her off, pick her up on time,
Yeah, it's
and
not
I
easy. I
it's
have a
not
daughter. I know.
easy.
I can imagine like it is quite challenging.
It's very, very challenging. Every mentor, Ankita ma'am, everybody knows that it's hard for me to manage my time with my daughter. She's very stubborn. And I used to make her take a nap before I start your live lectures.
Okay.
And yes, she was sleeping when I was attending your lectures in the morning, in the Saturday, Sundays. She was also sleeping, and I was attending your lectures. I am from California, so we have 3 hour difference. So I used to start
Yeah.
your lectures at 7 a.m. in the morning on Saturday and Sundays.
That's a good
And
strategy to move to California and prepare the exam. And
and
so, how about you, Kathy? Do you have any kids?
No kids.
Okay. So, Kathy, what do you want to share about your strategies, like during when you were preparing for this exam? How did you prepare? What is something you did that was unique?
Okay, so the first thing was, since I wasn't so strong in my basics the first time I took the exam, I decided to reach out to the StudyBuddy mentors,
Mm-hmm.
and Shree's my mentor. Thank you so much, Shree. She told me, well, since, based on my scores the last time, which was like 578, I would do very well with the mentorship program. So one strategy I used was the method of elimination. As you guys always said, don't just go for the right answer, but A could be right, but why is B, C, and D wrong? So that's one strategy I used. And another one I used was making flashcards for sure. And I would go through those flashcards in the night before I go to bed and in the morning as soon as I wake up. And one last thing was for the brainstorming sessions. It definitely does help to go through the brainstorming sessions as soon as you're finished, like discussing the topic.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So you would, that's a good strategy for revision, uh, like revising those notes in the morning and all. So that does make a difference. I personally felt that even when I was studying, whatever notes I'll make, I'll revise the next day, next morning. So whatever I studied today, like throughout the day, a lot of new things, and it was very helpful after revising it next day. Otherwise, it's very easy to forget them because you studied them today, you can remember them for 1 or 2 days or 3 days or 5 days.
Yes.
But sometimes we're in that misconception that once we read it, we understood it, our brain can
yes,
hold it forever, but that doesn't
but
happen.
no.
Yeah, so then suddenly and if you try to read that again after like a week, you're like lost again. What was that?
Yes.
Why did I write this thing? So that was confusing. So that's a great strategy to revise things the very next day so that you can remember it for a long time. That's good to hear. So how about you, Rajdeep? What was your strategy? I know you had a kid. That was another strategy to manage the kid. But in this preparation, in terms of notes or videos or lectures, what are some of the strategies that you used?
Sir, I just personally go through your live lectures. I mean, um, I go through the lectures more than you can say like more than 6, 7, or maybe some lectures which I feel like I'm weak. I go over 7 to 8 times the same lecture.
So you're repeating it again and again and again.
I was repeating it again and again, and I made note. I was watching the video recording, and I was making my hand notes
Oh, so
because
during the live lecture, you were making all that.
no, not during the live lecture, the recorded lecture. When I was watching the recorded lecture, I was making the notes. I was pausing and because everything when we attend live, we cannot, everything doesn't go into the mind.
True.
And
That's very important. So you
yes,
did make notes from the from the recorded lectures.
recorded lecture. And I used to pause the video. I used to write whatever you guys are saying. A single point I wrote down.
Okay, and you repeated it like 4 or 5 times
Yes, more than
on
four
a
or five
on a
times.
fast forward mode on the website, right? Fast
Yes,
forward.
yes, yes.
Okay, I think
And
how helpful is the website?
that's very helpful. The ankle kinematics, the anatomy videos. I
Mhm,
started from the anatomy videos, origin and insertion of the muscles, obviously.
mhm.
And from that point when I started, I was having feeling, I was telling my husband that I can do it. I
Okay.
had a 15-year of gap of my studies.
That is a very impressive. Like to graduating in 2007 and
Yes,
taking your license exam in 2022.
2022.
Like a lot of people give up. Like, oh, let me manage my family. I have a kid and I have many other responsibilities, and I think
I
it's time
made
to make money rather than study.
No, sir, I was feeling like very down. Everybody is working and I was idle. And I
Yeah.
was like, no, I am not like, I know everything. I can do it. And one of my friends, she's also nearby me. She
Mhm.
told me about you guys. I'm very grateful to her that she advised me to join the classes. And she told me in the January last year, and I started taking classes, but in the March. But my credentials took a long time to
Yeah.
clear everything. And what my strategy is elimination. Elimination is a wonder. I
Okay.
mean, answer what I feel, what I was telling to my family that if we know the concept, sir,
Hmm.
then only we are able to eliminate. If we
Yeah.
don't know the concept, how able we are not able to eliminate as
Yeah,
well.
we will not be able to. Because I
No.
was talking to one of the students today, and she was telling me that she tried to study for the exam 2 times by herself, and then she joined our classes. And she was reading the same book every time from the first page to the last page, and she felt that she read everything, but when a question will come, she'll be lost. How
Yes.
to eliminate? What is this question? I did not read this.
Yes.
So those strategies are very important, like to pass, and like that. If your thinking is grown up, and if
Yes.
you can think about concepts, if you can like anticipate what are they trying to ask,
Yes.
you can definitely get the answer correct. Yeah,
Sir,
that like.
whenever I feel it like that way, if we know the concept,
Hmm.
whatever you guys have covered is more than enough to pass this exam.
Okay.
But those concepts are very hard to capture and,
Yeah.
to progress in our mind.
And.
So I definitely suggest to go through the lectures,
Hmm.
and I personally feel like that whenever I was watching the recorded lectures, as many as time I watch it,
Hmm.
I every time got a new thing from the lecture.
Okay. Okay.
Even
Yeah, I mean,
since I
this
have
happens.
watched like 4 times, but in the fifth times, again I got a new
Oh,
thing from the same lecture.
that's a great point that you share that, because you know what? Every time when I read a book, even if the same book,
Yes,
and when I read it second time, oh, they mentioned this thing. This is a new
yes,
concept. So,
yes,
what I personally felt is when you're reading it first time, your brain will catch things based on your intellectual level at that moment.
yes,
Then you learn
exactly.
more, your understanding has grown up more, and when you go back and read it again, your brain will catch up more things. And that's why revision is more and more important, because even watching the lecture one time is not enough, because at that time your
No,
brain was not fully grown up.
yes.
Then like with more preparation, you have to keep repeating it. That's great to hear. So Kathy, what was your strategy um, in this preparation, like in terms of practice questions and all? Like how were you managing? Were you using any strategies like elimination, anticipation, or
Yes,
keywords?
definitely. Definitely. So apart from doing the elimination, I was practicing 50 questions every day. Well, I tried to, because it was kind of hard to balance learning new material, especially
Mhm.
from the basics, and
Okay.
then practicing the 50 questions, especially since coming down to the closer to the time of the exam, they said that you should practice the questions the time that you would sit the exam. So I definitely advise that you practice at that time so your brain gets used to you practicing questions at that time.
Now, how are you revising the rationales of those questions? Like, you must not be getting every question correct. Like, let's say you
Right.
did 50 questions, 40 correct and 10 incorrect. Now, were you noting down any rationales, or were you noting down any like important points from those rationales? How were you revising it?
Most definitely. So anytime I get a question incorrect, and especially if I don't understand the concepts, I definitely go back to my notes
Mm-hmm.
and I try to bring the concepts together, and I don't move on until I understand it. Yes.
Okay. And were you revising it more frequently, once a week?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's. Now, how many exams you took, Kathy? Did you take PEAT exams, therapeutic exams, Code Builder, standard exams?
Yes. 8.
Okay.
8 exams.
Yeah. And how confident were you after PEAT that I'll make it?
Well, okay. So my situation is a little bit different because when I took the PEAT the last time, quite a few of the questions had repeated from the prior PEAT.
Okay.
So I didn't feel very confident in that aspect. But when I took the mentorship program and the questions that my advisor gave to me, definitely after that I felt very more relaxed because I was understanding basic concepts going into the exams.
That's great to hear, because both of you did take mentorship from Shri.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if I ask you, how helpful is mentorship? So if I go with you, Kathy, how helpful is mentorship program that we offer? Like, how it made a difference in your preparation? What was different? What was unique?
The thing about it is, when my mentor asked me, like Shri asked me, okay, I know you know the basics, but why is it that you're choosing the answer that you're choosing? And I'm like stuck. I'm like, I really don't know why I'm choosing what I'm choosing. That helped me to like open up more and think, okay, I need to really understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's very important, especially going out into the clinics. So that the mentorship program does help people who know the basics, or probably try to understand a little bit of the basics, and then it helps you to bring everything together. So I think it was very helpful.
And that is an amazing strategy. Like, a lot of people, what they do is when they read the question, they look for the right answer.
Right.
But it's not easy to find the right answer.
Definitely.
So most of the time, what you have to do is you have to eliminate the wrong ones.
Right.
Eliminate the wrong answers, and then, oh, so this one seems correct. So how about you, Rajni? Like, what do you want to share about mentorship? You were also with Shri.
Yes.
What do you want to share? Like, how did mentorship made a difference?
I really like to thanks to Shri for being with me in my successful journey. She's the only one, sir. I was alone in the California. I didn't find any study partner to whom I was talking. They had their own partners to study, and I definitely want someone with which I can, study or share my doubts and everything. And she's the one who helped me a lot. And before joining her classes, I was like, I know each and everything. And when she started asking me some questions, I was really stuck.
Okay.
And the best part of her, which I like, she never give us the answer. She want us to find the answer.
Yes, those things make a difference.
She never gives us the answer. She was like, I will tell you, but before that, you guys have to go over it, because if I will tell you, it's just a piece of cake. No.
And then you're not going to work hard. Then you're not going to grow your brain. If I tell you everything, it's still a passive learning. When you go and find the answers, that is active learning, and which is what we try to promote all the mentors. Like, that's an amazing strategy. So anybody who's listening right now, it's important for you to find the answer. Like, let's say I explain you the concept, but then try to use that concept when you're reading, and then come to the conclusion. So that is a great thing to share. Now, Rajneet, I can see your wall full of all those colors, blue, red, and yellow. Can you just give us a look about your wall? Like, how does it look like? Can you just move the camera a little bit? So these are all your sticky notes, okay?
I have my sticky notes all over in my room.
Okay.
This is just the one wall. I have 5 walls, so I have sticky notes on the 5 walls. Whichever way I go, so I need to take a look at them. And I was not confident, so I need to definitely show that I have right here. I write down the licensed physical therapist with my name before I went for my exam.
Can you go close? Can you go close to that sticky note so we can read it? Licensed physical therapist. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is good to see. I think it's time to buy a bigger house. Too many walls. That's
Too
good.
many
That's great to
walls.
hear. Again, I'll let you guys go. Enjoy, Kathy. That's a great success. And Rajni, that's
Sir,
amazing.
one thing before I leave, I just want to tell the students that if you guys, um, you know, open any notebook and
Mhm.
try to write down the concept, that will definitely help you, because whenever you write down,
Mhm.
you will definitely know that you don't know anything.
Yes.
There are so many things in your brain.
Mhm.
When you take any concept and you try to write down about that concept, you don't know anything.
Yeah. So basically, what Rajni is saying is, like a lot of time when you read something, you think that you understood it, but when you
Yes.
try to write it down, you won't be able to complete it. Like that will
Look
happen with
at
a lot of
this.
students. Yes. Like when you, let's say, after reading the rationale from Therapy Ed or Score Builder, those questions, after reading the question, you'll have that false perception that, yeah, I understood it. But trust me,
Yes.
try writing it down by yourself. You'll be stuck. Like,
Really,
and
really
then when you
stuck.
go back, then when you reread the rationale, you'll understand it more clearly and go back and write it again. So that thing will make a difference in, like, oh, I completely understood the concept. So that's why it's very important. Like Rajit mentioned, it's very important for you to write down things that are new that you learn from the books. Don't just like hope that you understood it, because
Yes.
there's a
Never.
high probability that you did not understand it completely.
Yes.
Yeah. That is great. So you guys have any plans tonight, like Friday night? Any
Sir,
celebrations going on?
I got COVID.
Yeah, I can see that
So
you have
I
a
am not
mask
going
Oh
on.
anywhere.
no.
That's why my daughter is negative and I am positive, so I am wearing mask. That's why I am wearing mask here. Yeah.
That's nice. How about you, Kathy? Any plans for tonight?
No plans at all. Sleep.
Now, where are you located, Kathy? What part of America are you
Atlanta,
located?
Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. So
Yes.
you'll be staying there, or are you going to move somewhere?
No, I'll be staying in Atlanta. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I
Thank
mean,
you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, every mentor, every teacher, and study buddy team to make us journey very beautiful and make us successful. Thank you so
that's
much.
great to hear. That again,
Yes.
go ahead and enjoy. Let us know if you guys need any help, and we'll help you the most. Okay.
Sure. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much, sir.
Have a
All
wonderful
right.
night, sir.
Have a
All
good
right.
one, sir. Bye bye.
A good
Thank you.
night.
Bye.
All right. Let me see as much as I can get. Okay. Then we have Carla. And let's see. Uh, okay. All right. Let me get Sarah too. Okay. I'm sorry, I missed who. Is this Sarah? Who else?
Radhika.
Or are you Radhika?
Radhika.
Hey Radhika, how are you? Congratulations,
Good.
Radhika.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
I was just adding people, and then I like we have too many students like pending there.
I know.
So Radhika, how are you feeling?
Good. Relieved. The biggest job is done.
So this was your first attempt, Radhika, right?
Yes, first attempt.
Let me see if
So,
I can.
yeah.
Other students may have some difficulty getting in. So I try to add Carla, Sarah, and Hina. Okay. All right. So I see a new face. Is this Hina?
Sir, this is Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi. Hey Vaishnavi. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
How are you feeling, Vaishnavi?
I am feeling pretty relieved and relaxed right now, like much opposite to what I felt before exam.
Okay. All right. I think we have Carla here. Hey, Carla.
Hi.
How are you feeling, Carla?
I feel just amazing. I
Okay.
finally passed, so good.
Now, Carla, is that your name, or do you have something else? Like, is Carla your name?
It's Carolina, but
Carolina. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that you're Carolina, not Carla, but I think your Facebook confused me. Anyways, so we'll start with Radhika. Radhika, again, it's a big victory.
I know.
and passing your exam successfully first attempt. And you're a student. You're here doing your
Yeah,
master's, right?
I'm doing my master's. I'm in my third semester.
Okay. And Vaishnavi, you are also doing your master's.
Yes, sir.
That's great. So, so Radhika, what do you want to share in terms of like something very unique that you find most helpful in your preparation in this journey? What should a student who's going for exam in January, what should they do?
So I used to revise all the basics like the special test or dermatomes, myotomes, reflexes, and some of the other systems like hypo and hyperthyroid. They are, you know, you have to remember them if you understand it. So I used to revise them every morning,
Mm-hmm.
and even if I don't get the time to revise it every morning, I would just in my sleep when I go to sleep, I'll just
Recall those things.
recall those things like on myself.
Okay.
And I used to write down the rationales for therapy and exams and PEAT and the
Okay.
score builder in a
So,
separate notebook.
and you
So
revise them regularly?
not regularly, but whenever I used to get time for an hour or so, I used to just revise this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And also every time before attempting an exam, I would revise the rationales.
That is great to hear. So you are noting down the rationales and you're revising those rationales.
Yeah.
That's great. And you were with a mentor. Zeal was your mentor,
Zeal,
right?
yeah. She was my senior back in India.
In college, was it VS in Ahmedabad?
Yes, VS.
That is like, you guys are smart. You guys are smart. You guys are destined to pass your exam easily. So, but that's good that Zeal helped you a lot.
Yeah.
How about you, Vaishnavi? What do you want to share? Like, Vaishnavi, you're also a student at Dallas Baptist, right? Yes, Vaishnavi, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. So yeah, I'm a student.
At Dallas Baptist?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Vaishnavi, what do you want to share about, like, how did the class help? Like, what did you find most helpful in classes? Like
Okay.
lectures, notes, videos, what?
Yeah. So I actually took NPT the second time. So I failed my first attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So I know like a different kind of learner. So I always thought that I learn by reading. But then as I was like intensely into studying, I realized there are like a few things in musculoskeletal that you just like cannot understand by just reading. And then one of my friends, Priyanka, she actually recommended me like your institute and that I like check your videos out. So
So first time you prepared by yourself?
Yeah, just by myself.
Okay. And then you started the classes. So what was different, like compared to when you're studying by yourself? You're a good student versus second time with classes. What was different?
So I think the videos that you had on the website. So I did not attend lectures live because I like couldn't manage the time. But I went through like all the recordings, and the most thing that I found helpful was the musculoskeletal basic videos, and just the way they are like explained on the StudyBuddy portal with like a visual representation.
3D anatomy videos, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so those things were quite helpful for you. So do you recommend us to make more videos like that?
Yes, so I definitely cannot. So like even back when I undergrad, I don't think I completely understood musculoskeletal despite doing dissections. But it wasn't just like a 3D view where you can like look at everything at the same time. But with your videos, it was like different.
Okay.
And I definitely recommend everyone that if musculoskeletal is your weak subject, you need StudyBuddy.
Yeah, that is great to hear. That is great to hear. So, hey, Carolina, how is it going? Do you have any plans for Friday after all this success?
I wish, but I just need sleep.
We all need sleep. That's right. So, Carolina, what do you want to share about your journey? Like, what did you do in this journey, like that made you successful in this exam?
So I was trying to focus on my weaknesses, and I was just revising it over and over and over again.
Okay.
And I think that made the biggest difference for me. I was trying to take practice exams, not even to see my score,
Mm.
but to see what I'm lacking and my weaker points. And I was
Okay.
just going back to classes and watching it all over again. The hardest concepts. Yeah.
So you were repeating the lectures again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. Like, how helpful was musculoskeletal? Now, you're from Poland, right, Caroline?
Yes.
And compared to, I know we had students from Poland for a long time, and I think you guys do great in practice in exams. So, like repeating the lecture was your main strategy. What was your strategy for practice questions and exams?
So I felt like I'm really bad at practice exams because I didn't pass many of them. I passed like maybe 2 exams and I took maybe 10 different exams. So I was just trying to revise the questions. Well, I felt kind of defeated when I wasn't passing the exams, but I was just not giving up and revising it all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that you're a fighter, Carolina. Like, I know you from a long time, and then not giving up. And I know everything that you shared with me, all the circumstances that you have been through, and you kept going. That is really motivational. That is really motivating for many students who are from Poland or from anywhere in the world who are looking to go for the exam. The only strategy to be successful is like be consistent and keep going, not give up.
100%. Never give up.
Yeah, that is great to hear. So I'll go back to Radhika. Radhika, what was your strategy for practice exams? Like, how were you managing all those questions, the rationals, and because there's too much, even too many questions to revise the rationals. Like, it's hard for our small brain to remember
Right.
everything for a long time and apply it. So, what was your
So,
strategy?
yeah, as I said, I used to make a special different notebook rather than making a pointer in the same book that we are reading for our notes or something, because those notes are like we are going to just scan everything at the end and we won't notice that we added a new point after that because we are so used to reading the regular notes.
So you
So I
were adding a little color on those new
yeah,
points.
yeah.
Okay.
And
And was it a handwritten note or was it like on MS Word?
yes, handwritten. I'm
Okay.
not a digital person, so yeah, I used to
Yeah.
write my own notes.
Okay. How about you, Vaishnavi? I know it was busy for you, Vaishnavi. You had to do a lot in such a short time because you joined our classes just 3 months back, and you finished everything and you successfully passed the exam. That is an achievement. You should be proud of yourself. But what is that? What strategy should anyone follow to pass the exam in 3 months? What is that? Something that you know that you want to share with others?
Okay, so I'm gonna say something that like other students haven't said before because I'm pretty sure like Ankit sir or like other instructors can give you more tips about the actual content because like they're more experienced. But for me, what really helped me was like changing my mindset. Like initially, I was like really afraid of like failing, and I was constantly thinking about what if I fail or like what's my result gonna be. But then once I like had a conversation like Dr. Ankit sir about like where focusing on where I was lacking and like what was missing. Uh, what helped me was believing that I could do this, like things were in control. Because like I took Pete like a week before my exam and I scored 570 and I freaked out and I like sent my score to sir and I was like, sir, I'm like 30 points away. Like, how am I supposed to do this? And he told me it was a score and like he helped me calm down. And in that moment, oh, okay, maybe I can do this. And
And
then
we did a Zoom session that night,
yeah,
and I personally felt that you were doing great. It was just some silly mistakes that you were making. So I mean, you were good, but like sometimes we need. Are we good or are we making mistakes? Where can we improve? So those small things, I believe, can made a difference in your preparation. So anybody who's listening, she took her exam. Vaishnavi took her exam, like repeat exam, just 4-5 days before, like 3-4 days before the actual NPT. She was so tight with her schedule, and she made it. In the end, the goal is to pass your exam and successfully complete it. So again, as she mentioned, don't be too afraid of what will happen after the exam. Focus on what do I have to do today. Let's get it done. If you get it done, that's a plus. That will give you confidence. The next day, what do I have to do? Let's get it done. Confident. So that will build up the confidence rather than thinking, oh, I have to study 5 subjects. What will happen after the exam? So that's a great strategy that you shared. I'll go back to Carolina. Carolina, what do you want to share with any student from Poland? You know that system better than us. What should they do to successfully pass the exam easily?
First of all, join the StudyBuddy, of
Okay.
course. I cannot even tell you how, guys, you helped me, because when I moved to New York, my English wasn't that good, and you taught me everything from the very beginning, even the basics. I was lacking everything, and to be honest, I felt so dumb. So yeah, your classes are just the best. You taught me everything.
That's great. That's good. That's good to hear. So, so Carolina, one more thing, if you want to share. Like, I'm from India, and a lot of students from India. Like, I personally felt that my education back home was not at par to US standard. And funny thing is, we studied the same textbooks back home, but our way of studying was different because we were trained to prepare for a comprehensive answer, like write an answer like for 10 points. So we used to write 10 pages to get high score there. So the whole preparation, the studying was different back home. Now in Netherlands, how was your the curriculum? Was it like more multiple choice question? Was it in your own language, not in English, your curriculum? How was it?
Yeah, so I did my master's degree in Polish, and I was like learning English, but it wasn't enough. And also, like, I felt that what I was studying in Poland and what I was studying here was like totally different. And I felt like I graduated from Hogwarts school, not physical therapy school. So it was totally different. I knew something. I was studying for 5 years, but different language, different like mind setting,
Yeah,
thinking out of the box. It's just something really different.
that's
You
great.
cannot even compare it. It's
Yeah, yeah. Now your physical therapy degree, was it in Polish language or was it English language?
it was in Polish language.
Polish language. So yeah, because we do have a lot of students, like all the Brazilian students, they join us and they tell us that they study in Portuguese, which is very hard when you study in a different language and you have to take exam in a different language. Even all the exercises and everything is very, very, very different. So again, it is an achievement for you, Carolina. Like for all 3 of you, it is an achievement coming from a foreign country. And all classes we specialize in training students, training foreign nationals. Like there are many other classes, but they are mainly focused on US graduates. We do focus on foreign national because we understand the needs of foreign students and how we can help them better. So again, I'm very happy for all 3 of you for this successful NPTE journey. I think you guys should celebrate. It's a big achievement. Be proud of yourself, and then let us know. Reach out to me if you need any help. We would love to help you. Okay. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Enjoy your Friday. All right, let me get any other students if we have. So let's see if we have anybody else. I know we have few students, but they may have some difficulty getting in.
I don't know how to turn it off.
That's okay. I mean, you can just disconnect or you can just cut the call, something like that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolina. Okay. In the meantime, do you guys have any questions? I think we just have few people. I don't think we'll be able to take more. We have a lot of people waiting, but let's just take one or two more. Sarah, I'm trying to get you in, but it seems like it's not accepting. Let's see. And in the meantime, do you guys have any question that you want to ask with this journey? Like how to prepare for the exam? I think this might be the best time. And if you're going for the exam in January, it can be quite helpful. Feel free to throw in your question and I'll try to get in. I believe Sarah is not able to join in because of some Instagram thing. Hi, Rabab. So anybody who's preparing for this exam, it is different, as many of the students mentioned, Vaishnavi and other people mentioned that it is different, it's unique. You have to prepare in a different way. Like you have to think out of the box. So Rabab, personally, our students did not feel that there was they did not have any video questions in the exam. So I won't worry about that. Nimisha, any advice for January? I'll say practice, improve your exam test taking strategies. Test taking strategy means when you're practicing questions, when you're reading a question, try to highlight, try to find some keywords. Let's say a question starts that patient has diabetes mellitus type 2. That's a keyword. Now you have to start thinking, your brain has to start assuming the possibilities. Okay, diabetes, that means patient may have peripheral neuropathy, proprioception problem. The next line says that patient has been having repetitive falls. And you have to connect why a diabetic patient may be falling. Okay, repetitive falls in diabetes because of peripheral neuropathy. They must have lost proprioceptive nerves. Now, what will be the most appropriate intervention? So there are three keywords: diabetic patient, repetitive falling, best intervention. Now, one of the options could be standing on the phone with eyes open, eyes closed. That's not the right strategy, because based on the question mentioned, you have to improve proprioception. So you have to stand on the flat surface, eyes closed, and build up your proprioception as much as you can. Like a lot of times you may not be able to if your nerves are completely gone, but we may have to train your vestibular system or proprioceptive system to do better. All right, so we have more questions. Can we have call with any students? Kitab, sure. I mean, you can give me a call. I can put my number if any of the mentors can put my number, or you can talk to any of the mentors. I'll try to put my number there. So I'm not sure where you're located, so I'm going to put the zip code also. Plus. So you can always text me on WhatsApp if you're located internationally. So I've shared my number in the chat, +1 662 549 7037. So you guys can save the number in WhatsApp just like that, +1. And you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. Give me a call. US graduate, internationals, give me a call. We can discuss, we can make a plan, and we can get it done. Okay. So Rabab, I'll recommend to start taking those practice exams from 15th of November. Okay. All right, guys, you have a great night. Let's see. I think we have a few people. Mehek is here. Let's get Mehek in. Sarah is having some problem. And we'll try to get Kalpana in if she want to share anything. Hey, Mehek.
Hey, sir. How are you?
How are you? So I think you're we're a little late, but so Mehek, what do you want to share with these students who are going for January exam? And Mehek, if you can share a little bit about your background. I know you're from Pakistan. A little bit about your background, that how a student from Pakistan can get things done in their first attempt.
So it's like I did my credential evaluations in 2018, and from 2018 I'm in this journey. And like I applied for Texas, so it took so long with the deficiencies and all these requirements. So finally I got like, and then COVID came and all these things, which delayed my NPT study preparation.
How much time it took for you to complete your deficiencies for Texas State?
It took like 1 year for me because I got
For the
5
deficiencies?
deficiencies. Yeah, I got 5 deficiencies, and it took 1 year. Like I was doing one by one, so it took like at least 1 year for me. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
and
Yeah,
then yeah,
that's a long time.
yeah, that's long time.
So,
So after that,
yeah, what's your journey
so,
about NPT? Like how, once you got your approval,
yeah.
what did you do? What was unique? What should a student from Pakistan should learn from you?
Um, I think so. Like in Pakistan, we don't learn the basics, which is basic requirement of the NPT. Like this test is not about the memorization or like the reading the books. It's like you have these strong concepts, and which is done by you people. And I totally recommend every student from the Pakistan to join StudyBuddy if you want to pass the exam.
Love the basics. That's good. I think
Yeah,
Juliana is asking, what is your main advice for new students? I think Juliana, that's what the advice that learn your basics,
yeah,
because Mehak, it's not just Pakistan, like India, Pakistan, or any country. I personally felt, and we had students from different country, Caribbean islands, or Europe, or Poland, and India, Pakistan. Um, Technically, I think we have a different way of studying. We are studying the
right,
same book, but we are not getting anything in our head. But after
right,
preparing for this exam, our approach changes, like connecting the dots, anticipating the right answer, because a shoulder pain may mean a lot, too many things. But what exact problem is going on? That differential diagnosis
right.
we try. So that's great to hear, Mehak. Now, how about any strategies during your preparation, like in terms of notes?
What I did was like I watched your lectures at first, and then I
Mhm.
made the notes very concise notes, like how you taught in the class, like make notes with the symptoms, examination, make a tabular form, notes in the
Okay,
tabular form, like
okay,
symptoms, examination, DD, and intervention. It was easy to revise those notes,
okay.
and don't write everything in the notes like pain, swelling, which is very common in every condition. So yeah, like you said in the class, that don't write everything like pain, swelling. Just write
Uh,
the basic and key points which are differentiated from the other diseases. So this
okay.
was the main strategy for
Strategy.
my notes. Yeah,
So basically, what Mehak is saying is not to waste time writing basic symptoms like pain, swelling, redness, inflammation. I mean, it's by
right,
default understood. If there's any problem going on, that it will be there. But note down some unique symptoms like, let's say patient has subacromial bursitis. You should be noting down painful arc rather than pain or swelling and redness and all those things. So
true.
that's great to hear, Mehak. And how about practice exams? Like
Um,
what should they do, and then rationals and like noting down your mistakes. What was your strategy for that?
like while doing the exam, the main strategy I believe that helped me was elimination strategy. First of all, like you cannot do all the contents, like it's not possible for us to do all these contents, cover all the topics. So
Yeah.
elimination is the basic key which helps us to eliminate the wrong ones, have the
Mm-hmm.
basic understanding of all the options.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing which helped me is anticipation. Like don't jump on the options by reading. After reading the question, don't jump on the options, just anticipate the question, and think in your mind what should be the answer there, and then look at the option, like what I am thinking is really in the options or not.
So I think we
Yeah,
have
that's
one audience asking that, did you learn the strategies from the lectures? So Mehak, what's your answer for that? From where did you learn all these strategies, like
all
anticipate?
these all these strategies were taught in the class, like
Okay.
by solving the questions in the class we learned these techniques and strategies, and we applied that in the practice exams.
Okay, that is great to hear. So
Yeah.
basically strategies are quite helpful. Now, did you take pre-PEAT exam, Mehak?
Yeah, I took it.
You did take
PET
it, and
exam. Yeah.
you were able to make it, or what was the score in PET exam?
Yeah, I was able to make it. Yeah,
You
I
did that.
passed the PET, I passed practice PET too.
Okay, so we have another student from, I believe, I'm not sure if she's from Pakistan. Our exam question, easy to understand or looks like alien language.
No.
What do you think? They're easy to understand?
Exa- Yeah, they are so straightforward. Like it's not like very typical. Like it's just in common language.
Basic. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think therapy ed is harder than than
of
NPT,
course.
right?
And
Yeah,
your questions are too. Like by solving Ankit sir's question, you solve the PET question. It's like a piece of cake.
yeah, yeah. That's good. So we have somebody, Areva. Is it Arwa? Rabab, if you don't study English. Yes. Siddesh is asked, questions are easy to understand, options are confusing. Exam questions won't be much fancy. It will be within your understanding. As somebody mentioned,
True.
Shonakshi mentioned, that exam question is not going to be very hard. You can read and understand, but depends on your understanding level.
Right.
If you are getting stuck and you're trying to eliminate option, you're good. But sometimes if your understanding is not enough, you'll go with, oh, I think C is right, but you do not pay attention to A, B, and D. So it's
Yeah.
all about like improving and learning those things. So
I
back
still
to
remember my first class with you in a like MSK class. I was so numb and everything was going overhead. And now I think like MSK is like I love solving questions of MSK because like if you know the concepts, you love to like solve the questions.
so you like MSK now. Okay, great. Maybe one day I'll
Yeah.
test you. That's good to hear.
Sure.
So I think we have Ritu here, right, Ritu?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you, Ritu?
Good, sir.
So I think we have one more question from somebody that, did you use the website study material? How about you, Meg? Did you use the content on the website?
Yeah, I totally used all the content, all the PowerPoints from the website. And also I took the like I downloaded all the notes and like I summarized all the points from those notes.
Okay. So that was helpful. That's great to hear. Again,
Yeah.
all right. So we have Ritu. Ritu, what are some of the strategies? I don't want to like spend too much time. Let's say what do you want us to share, Ritu, like with these students? What was most helpful in your journey?
While making the notes, I did it in the Word format. So that was helpful while doing the rationals. Like I already had dementia in my notes, so I just had to add like 2 more points, and it was easier to find everything in the one place in
So
the soft copy format.
all your notes all was on MS Word.
Yeah.
That is
And
great.
then towards the end of the preparation, I took a printout of it to read and revise later.
And any strategies, Ritu? Any strategy you want to share, like to how to, because Ritu, it was your first attempt, and Mehak, for you also, it was your first attempt. And what was the strategy that helped you the most, Ritu? What do you want to say for that?
So I believed in like revision is the key. So I made 2 different folders. Like one used to be my daily revision. The first thing in the day I would do dermatomes, myotomes, then 5 to 10 special tests, and then 5 to 10 muscles. And then on every Monday, I used to revise certain topics which I found challenging, such as the gait deviations and like pharmac drugs and stuff. Like if I don't revise it for a long period, I would tend to forget. So that was my strategy to continuously revise things.
That is great to hear. How were you revising your rationals, Mehak? What was your strategy for rationals?
What I did was like I made made a separate notebook for all the rationals. Like after giving the exam, I make a separate notebook in which I wrote the rationals and key points which was I'm missing. And then before any exam I was giving, like before giving therapy aid or before giving PET or score builder, I was revising those rationals before the night before the exam. Yeah.
That is great strategy. So again, as I'll congratulate to both of you. It's a big success to pass your exam in first attempt. Again, coming from India or coming from Pakistan, it's not easy. And if you guys check the records for internationals, passing their exam in first time is just 40%. So 60% fail. It's not even 40%. I think it's 35%. I mean, 65% fail. So you guys should be very proud coming from India or Pakistan or any foreign country, passing your exam so easily. It's a big achievement. So I think enjoy the success. You're not going to take any exam like this again in life, personally, because I took my exam NPT like 10 years back. I feel that I've taken many other exams, but that success in NPT will stay with me forever. So my biggest achievement in my life is not NPT StudyBuddy, PC StudyBuddy, clinical written. It's passing the NPT exam successfully in first attempt. That's a dream. So be proud of yourself. It's a big achievement. And anybody who's here or anybody who took the exam and passed your exam, it is a big achievement. Be proud of yourself. Enjoy. And if anybody who's preparing for this exam, going for the exam in January, reach out to us. We can help you, and we can definitely make a difference in your preparation. Okay. I think we have a question. What about OCS, GCS are the same? So Siddesh, I personally felt that OCS, GCS is more easier than NPT, because in NPT, you have to study more subjects like muscular, neuro, cardio, multi-system, non-system research, lymphatics, integumentary. For OCS, you just have to study orthopedics. Or for GCS, I think GCS is harder than OCS. OCS is much easier because it's just orthopedics. In GCS, they do ask questions of cardiac system, integumentary system, everything. But I personally, because I did pass both the exams the very first attempt and it was at the same time, so I personally felt they're easier than NPT. NPT is more challenging. So you guys should be more proud. Enjoy this success. So anybody who's going for exam in January, reach out to us. We can definitely make a difference. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Thank you
to
again
you.
for staying.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. Have a great night.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Same to you.